Hey guys, welcome back to Drip and Farm for Property. I'm your host, Drip Coach, and let's jump right into it. So I've covered this before. I don't know what this thumbnail will actually say. I haven't made it yet, but it's something like why I'll never get rich in crypto, or why you'll never get rich, or why you're always going to get wrecked. I don't really know what it's going to be, but the point of this is to cover what I've touched on multiple times in regards to covering other projects. Now, when I say crypto, I'm using kind of the broader term, and what I really mean, gosh, now actually I think about that, I can't even say DeFi, because what we're doing for the most part is not DeFi. Let's just say the degenerate side of crypto, let's call it that. So when I say when I'm talking about crypto right now, I'm just talking about the degenerate side, basically the meme tokens, the ROI dApps, the Ponzi-nomics, whatever you want to lump that into. If you call that DeFi, then so be it, but it's technically not. But that's what I'm referring to. And I've mentioned this before as to showing you behind the scenes of projects that have hit me up and why I say no and things of that nature. And I showed you the one time with Carol, basically. And now there's something similar I want to show you, but I'm going to keep them anonymous. I didn't accept the deal. I won't be promoting them, and I want to keep their name out because other content creators in the space that are doing it, I don't want this to be like oh, I'm holier than thou, I'm better than them, I'm not doing that or whatever, because everybody's got to do their own thing. And at the end of the day, it's kind of, for me now, it's embracing this term influencer. I never really liked it because the connotation behind it, like no one wants to be, I can't say nobody, but it's understanding what that term means is probably the best way to go forward so that you don't make these mistakes. And to some degree, we all are influencers. We all have some level of influence on someone else. If you're a parent, then you influence your kids. If you're at work and you're trying to do a good job, then you should be influencing your coworkers, showing that you're working hard. When you try to dress a certain way, you're trying to set some status or influence. Like there's always a level of influence that we have, whether we consciously seek to do it or not. And with this new space of crypto, or the people's money, it's the first time in history where the little guy is the insider, basically. And so it's created an entire new generation of, or type of people. I guess technically it's not, right? Because you go back to the creation of different currencies, it was always some group creating something and then sharing it with the masses and them benefiting from it. In this case, it's kind of the same way, except it's not, people of influence and power that did it. It was Satoshi doing it, and then it getting replicated and being copied, blah, blah, blah. I'm going off on a tangent. But anyway, I'm going to show you in this clip, or in this video, a conversation from either the dApp creator or just the project manager of it. And I want you guys to see behind the scenes of kind of what it actually looks like. And I am low on the totem pole. I don't get nearly as many offers as I'm sure other influencers do. One, because of the size of my channel, and two, because I put out stuff like this. So they're very quick, if they see this content, to not hit me up and not share the backroom dealings of what goes on. But I was looking up a couple old clips, and he mentioned this, Andrew Tate, in a clip where he's talking about, I think he was talking about Logan Paul and why he won't take deals. He was offered $65 million, and he's like, I won't do it because I'm not gonna sell out my community. This guy ended up getting chopped up in little pieces for being a crypto influencer. PropertyZilla exposed Logan Paul and a couple others. So they're definitely going towards the bigger content creators and influencers, but I think it's just as bad and more rampant probably with the smaller ones, because it's done on a small scale and it just escapes under the radar. But when you add things up, it quickly can get out of hand. So going forward, yeah, I'm still not going to promote any of these other projects. And if I do get any information, I'll let you guys see behind the scenes, because it's, like I said, two different sides. So on the one hand, we always preface as content creators, we say, do your own research. I'm just doing me. I'm documenting my journey. Don't follow me. This is just me being a degenerate. I'm gambling. But at the end of the day, again, like I mentioned, we know that we have levels of influence, and we also know that people are watching our channel. And we also know that the only way most of these Ponzi-nomic platforms make any money is if we get new money in. So as that influencer saying, I'm just documenting my research or documenting my journey, you are still hoping that other people think that they will be first inside the platform so that you get paid as well. Because if not, you're literally, you're just throwing money away, but you're not throwing away, you're gambling. And when you gamble, you think that you have some kind of edge, therefore you're willing to place the bet. That is gambling. So whether you count cards or you're using a system, you think that your system, your edge will ensure that you are on the winning side of that trade. If not, you wouldn't do it. And the same thing with even a scratch ticket. The odds may not be in your favor, but you're like, oh, what the hell? I just found $1 on the sidewalk. I'll use it to buy a scratch ticket, right? So it's all the same thing. And in this, if you're getting into these projects and then you're sharing them, you're hoping that you're early enough to where you will make money, and or your sphere of influence or others will bring a sphere of influence into the project so that you get paid. So without further ado, let's take a look at this conversation thread that I had with this person that will remain nameless. So they hit me up. The project has been around or launched about, as of this video, about 25 hours ago. We'll look at the BSC scan to give you some details. But he said, hey man, we have launched the project. I blocked it out. You might find it interesting. We are supported by many influential individuals. This is a DAP ROI project. We anticipate that such a project can operate for about a month. That's a red flag right there. Like in his opening statement, operate for about a month, maybe 1.5. So we got 6 weeks, pushing 6 weeks, but definitely a month. The real profit percentage, excluding the body of deposit, is approximately as follows: 7 days, 2.7, blah, blah, blah. Here's our team if you want to join the team, right? So I know like the majority of these people. He's got 8 influencers down here. And their scope, when you add up the level, the number of subscribers, you're talking maybe close to 100K people. I don't know how many are tapped in, how many will do this, but it's got some influence. So he's already stated, like, it's not going to last. And he stated, behind the scenes, here's the real percentage you can expect to get paid out. And then I got some people behind me. You want to be a part of this Ponzi, essentially. He's not saying it in those words, but you can read, it's not even in between the lines, the black and white. Now, here's the funny thing with this. These numbers is not what you would see, not what I would see on the project. So if we go, I took a screenshot, so I don't want to show you the project, but you might recognize the screen. 7 days, 17% daily ROI, 119% profit. However, he's saying 2.7. That's a huge discrepancy. 12 days, 12% daily ROI, 169. 12 is only 3.6. 27 is 4.4, or 219 and 8.1. So he's telling the influencers behind the scenes, here's like what you could truly expect. But when you see a video, you don't get this. You only see this. And you're going to see the content creator putting their money in, or actually it's not their money, the money they were given, into the project. So I was like, when is this launch date and what is the compensation? Yesterday at 4 p.m. So it was actually earlier than that. So this was a lie. I went and looked on the blockchain and it actually launched earlier than that because people got in earlier than that. Now, who are those people? I don't know. There's no way for me to validate who those are. But yesterday at 4 p.m. UTC, let me look that up actually. Let's see. Okay, so as of right now, it's 4 p.m. UTC, so it's 24 hours. I got this message from this person about 2 hours ago, so that would have been 22 hours. And I think when I looked on the blockchain, I definitely have seen more than 24 hours. We'll look at that later, but we have context, right? So let's go back to this. So yesterday at 4 p.m. UTC. Okay, and the compensation, $150 for the video, 100 in deposit, and 2% of all investments. So here's again what you don't know from the content creators. I haven't watched a lot, but I haven't seen anybody else besides myself that says, hey, here's how much I got, and I'm putting this in because it came from the team. This is not my money. They just show you that they're making a deposit. And I did watch 2 videos, and they both did $100, ironically. And you're also getting the $150. So you make this would be in a stable coin. So you're given this directly, and then you're given this to show your quote unquote documenting your journey. Plus you get to wreck your community and make money off of them with your referral. So the content creator doesn't lose anything. Like even if they don't get any of this out, the $100 plus the 2%, they still got the $150 initial. And a lot of them, and I'll show you on the blockchain, may indeed actually be putting in a larger amount than what you see on screen using a different wallet. Now, there's no way to know who that is because it's just a transaction on the blockchain. But the point is, if you are an influencer and if you have influence and you know that people will follow your journey and you're one of the first ones to always get new content and new opportunities, then it would make sense for you to have a separate wallet that nobody knows about, and maybe even a different one for each contract, that you get in first, not using your referral because that would be too easy to get linked, and that's how I got Ray Smoking Gun. So use a different one. You get in with a bigger bag on that, then you make your video with the small deposit and telling everybody, and then now you have documented proof of this journey and all the transactions. And if you get wrecked, you can tell your community, hey, I lost money too, I'm going to try to compensate you guys, here's what they gave me, I'm going to split this up. You can try to make it right. All the while you could have done 10x, 20x, 30x on a different wallet before you even shared the video. Now, I can't verify that that's happening, but and neither can you, but it's a good speculation, right? Put your tinfoil hat on and realize that the bulk of content creators are making money and everybody else getting wrecked, or just the bulk of Ponzi-nomic DeFi is a small group of people making money while the others are getting wrecked. So I said, no thanks, appreciate your offer, best of luck. What are your expectations regarding payment? I'm good, no worries. Basically, you stated it's not going to last, so anyone I bring in is just exit liquidity. It's not sustainable, so only a handful of early investors and whales will make the money, and the community at large is left holding the bag. That's a shitty look for my channel. You're right about the fact that first deposits will drain all subsequent ones. So at least he's honest with me. But the uniqueness of this project is that no one knows the current balance because a separate smart contract is created for each deposit that distributes these funds. So basically, you just don't know what the balance is and what the end date, or like what the staking term people selected. So there's a little bit of game theory. So here everyone is on equal terms and no one knows the term of entry for other users. Therefore, I believe that we can survive for a month. Even though probably a lot of people are picking this because they've learned that previous dApps didn't last, or they're getting shorter, right? So you had Carol, then you had to change, then you had Warren, and now this is kind of forks of that ecosystem. And everybody's expecting that 30-40 day, and now they went ahead and said, okay, let's just make it shorter. So people are maybe gamble with 27, and he's even saying that it will last a month, but I'm guessing the majority will probably be around here. So expect to see a big liquidity drain on the project from here. Therefore, I believe that we can survive for a month, maybe a month and a half, but for this, systematic work is needed, spreading the word about the project, generating content. So basically, I need to bring others in to get shilled, and then you get fleeced and I make money, you lose. Then I responded, therein lies the fundamental problem. Let's say it does survive even 2 months. For those who make a 2x ROI, where did that come from? You can't magically create BNB, so that means some other investor paid the early investor. Basically, it's a standard DGen Ponzi. Yes, you are right. Everyone understands that. Do you know projects that work differently? So I got to give this guy props. At least he's honest behind the scenes with me. I don't know what he told everybody else, or maybe other content creators don't even care. They're just like, pay me my money and I'll chill. So he's told me, he's like, yeah, it's not going to last. It's a Ponzi. And do you know any other projects work differently? I said, everyone? You mean the insiders, i.e. the devs and the influencers? The community at large doesn't know that, or else they wouldn't be piling their money in. Each person watching a video is hoping they will be early enough to stop getting wrecked. But the reality is, when they hear about a project, they're hearing it after the devs and influencers made their content. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. So the only way you find these things is if you are watching other content creators, because they are the first ones following the Twitters, the Reddit spaces and all that. Maybe in a Telegram, maybe it's a Discord. But either way, the information is being shared to you. So you're not getting it firsthand. You're getting it at best secondhand. You have the developer, then you have him sharing it. Let's say they're honest. They share it with a bunch of content creators at one time, or a bunch of Discord channels at one time. And then you're hearing it right from there. So at best, it's secondhand and you're early. But you're early with everybody else. So you're going to get wrecked besides the devs. Therefore, the majority of the community is exit liquidity for the influencers and devs close friends, and close friends of the devs, sorry. 5 to 10% make bank and the majority get wrecked. And I said, yes, projects that offer utility or legit randomization games of chance, or even gambling services. So there are ways to do this differently. Now let's go ahead and look at the blockchain. So there's one other transaction behind here. It's 1 hour and 1 day and 4 hours ago. So that's the contract creation, but I don't want to show it because it actually has the name of the contract. But already we're looking at this first deposit was made 26 hours ago as of right now. And as you can see right now, it is literally 4 hours, exactly 24 hours from launch. Now, maybe he was off by an hour or two. I don't know. But the point is that it's been, this is the actual launch. I guess when people found out about it, maybe this is a dev wallet. I didn't track that. But what I want to show you is, let's go back to this real quick. 223 BNB invested so far. So I want you to see something here. Most of these are small transactions. So that's fair. You know, it's nothing red flaggy. But as we scroll up within the first 23 hours, we start getting into bigger BNB investments. So you got 1 BNB here, you got 7 here, that's 8. You got another 18, that's 36. You got another 12, that's 48. You got another 13, that's 61, 62. So 62 BNB within the first 23 hours of the project. Now, I'm not good at math here, but that's more than 25% of the total BNB invested. Now let's also go back to what he said. You are right about the fact that the first deposit will drain all the subsequent ones. So if 25% of the contract balance is to the first couple of investors and they are getting this ROI on top of what they deposited. So this one, let's just say they went here. These two is basically 1.5 your deposit. So 60 BNB, they're gonna get 1.5. They're gonna get 90 BNB out of this project, out of the total 223. So just under half is going to, I didn't even count the number of these, but it was less than 10. Less than 10. Let's just do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll count the ones as well. 8, 9, 10. So 10 investors. 10 investors will basically get half of the contract. And if I were to count these other 1 BNBs, and this is only on day 20, within the first 23 hours. I haven't looked past that. Let's go to page 2. Is there any other big? And I'm not saying these are influencers. These could be legitimate people. These could be whales. I don't know. 3 looks like the largest. Here's another 10. That's still in 23 hours. So we add that up. That's 70. I'm not counting these yet. So definitely we'll call it 20 investors, maybe even 25, and they definitely would have more than half of, if you add up all that BNB out of the 25 with 1 BNB balance or more. And there's a total of how many transactions? 243. So 25 roughly is what I'm saying. That means 10% of the total transactions, which let's just assume each one has its own wallet. So we're going to round up. 250 people got invested so far within the last 25 hours. 25 of those people will drain the contract. And that's just math. That's just showing you transparent math that you can add. I didn't add these up directly, but you know, maybe when this all fails, I'll show you. But the whole point of this was to get you guys' take on that. So what's your stance? Does everybody know, as he said, everyone knows this? As a viewer, are you aware of how these deals are being done behind the scenes? If you are, you know, let me know in the comments how you play this game accordingly, who you follow so that you can be first. But what I assume is that you guys are following behind us. Therefore, you're just hoping that you can get out before someone else. But is that the nature of the game? And is the bulk of people doing this just okay with essentially making money off the backs of other smaller investors like these, thinking they're going to get something out, and they're just the exit liquidity themselves? It's just whale games, I guess. And that's the way that TradFi works. But I don't know. It definitely leaves you with a Crypto Mischief. His name is there, but that's just the wallet he labeled. We don't know about other wallets. Anyway, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Am I wrong for this? Do you want to know about things like this? Are you aware? You know, give me some feedback. All right, that's all I got. Smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See ya. Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? SPRITZ Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.